Hey everybody, I'm Luca Paris and you're on a culinary journey. That's right, we are going to have a wonderful time today making antipasto. Now let's say you have this great dinner party you want to throw, but you don't want to cook too much because it's nice and warm outside. Well, how about doing a lot of pre-made stuff that we could put together, and when people come over, we can enjoy their time. We're going to do an Italian antipasto. We're going to do pan-seared peaches that'll be roasted in the oven with some mascarpone also for dessert. We have two wonderful ladies joining us today, and we're going to start that all on our little culinary journey. And I guess what else is left to say, but your culinary journey starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back to our culinary journey. I'm here with Angie and Martha. Hi ladies, how you doing today? Excellent. So we're going to do a little party, right? We're going to have a party over at our house, and we're going to do Italian antipasto. So it's simple. We're going to cook a couple of things. We'll roast some peppers. We'll get some nice flavors going, and we're going to finish it off with a wonderful dessert. They're going to help me along the way, wrapping some prosciutto, maybe cutting up some items here and there. It's just going to be very easy. But let's start this whole thing by getting some of the items that we need cooked and cut. And the very first thing we want to do is cook our peppers. How easy this is, you won't even need a pan, you don't even need a grill. All you need is a little bit of flame. So let's bring that up here. And what I'm going to do is take our peppers over an open flame, and we're going to roast them. We're basically grilling or roasting our peppers by using the flame. So we get that on medium heat. And later on, we'll show you exactly what we're doing. We're browning the outside or crisping the outside, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. The other thing we're going to do is we've got a nice pan. Here, we'll use this guy over here. And don't worry about the little sparkling there. We're going to start off some string beans. Now, I'm not blanching the string beans. What I'm doing to the string beans is just going to pan-sear them. Or green beans, string beans, whatever you like. These are just green beans. I'm going to get them in a pan with a little oil, and we're going to season them. And then we're going to get them finishing it off in the oven. Simple so far, right?
Right.
It gets easy. All right. Did we get you some wine yet? No, we're going to have to get you some wine in one of our breaks. There we go. So we're going to season this with a little ariosto and some salt. Take some roasted garlic. This is nice. A little roasted garlic in there is always a good thing. Now I get them started in a pan that can go into the oven, because really what I want to do is start getting a nice little sear on these and then letting them kind of pan roast their way the rest of the way. All right, we got that going. Let's see if I want to add a little other flavor. I did roasted garlic. I got some fresh garlic in there, and we'll chop up some herbs to let them work in. So you ladies do a lot of cooking at home?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you like cooking in the summertime?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
On the grill.
Grilling. Yeah.
Or grilling? Yeah. All right, we got that started. How about we spice this up a little bit? Spices okay, ladies?
Spices are great.
All right,
More
beautiful.
better.
That's all we need to do right there. We have our green beans started. We'll get that in the oven. Let's take a look at our peppers and get those moving. See, watch this nice outside. And then we're going to have to peel them later. And guess why you're on the show?
Peel the peppers.
Exactly. So we'll get those going. Beautiful. We'll let those cook up right there. Bring this over here, and we're going to start our dessert at the same time. Now, basically, I have 22 minutes to put together all this food, and that's basically what we want to do, is try and get it all together in a certain amount of time, and that's easy. We're gonna sear up some zucchini too, and squash. So basically, what I'm going to do is just take them like this. Again, we're going to actually not sear. We'll roast these off in the oven, same way we started the other one. Let's get them in the pan. Let's get some of this zucchini. So very little cooking. Actually, we're going to do all our cooking ahead of time, and then we're going to put together our other items, which are easy to do also. So zucchini and squash, great thing to have when you're doing this. A little bit of oil in there. Again, quick, easy, fast, fun. This way I could spend my time with my friends and family and not doing all the cooking the whole time, which is the one thing I dislike the most. Do you end up doing that a lot? Do you end up preparing food and then having to prepare and everybody's having fun? And
you're in there cooking.
I have a feeling you have a glass of wine with you while you're cooking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thought so. Okay, that's in the oven. See how quick that is? We're almost done. And we're going to go home after this. Here we go. We'll take our peppers off the grill. I'm going to take our peppers and just cover them for a little bit so we got a little time on there. We're going to let them steam a little bit right there, and then we'll get that all peeled. All right. So we have zucchini, we have peppers, we have string beans all working. Something we're going to do, add to this little mix. We're going to add some prosciutto di Parma. We're going to wrap breadsticks. We're going to grill off some bread in the oven, some pecorino romano, homemade fresh mozzarella, mushrooms, greens, kalamata olives. And the kalamata, what I like to do with those is actually marinate them. So instead of just leaving them the way they are, we're going to marinate and cook them at the same time. So warm olives go a long way. It's so much nicer than just simple plain olives. We'll take some fresh basil for that. And there's something about warm olives that when you have them, after that first time, you almost want them all the time like that. They just come out so good. And some people go, I didn't even think about that. It's just really nice little roasted garlic in there. And so again, some salt and pepper. You don't need a lot of salt when you're talking about olives, but you do like a little spice when we're talking about olives. All right, so we're going to put that on our back burner and let that simmer. Yeah, there we go. Get on there, buddy. There we go. Put that, this stove, what's great about it, has a little simmer feature, right? It's a Viking range and stove. Has this little simmer feature. And once I get it onto that, barely even looks like flames coming out, but it keeps everything nice and warm, so it's wonderful. All right, so far so good. What we're going to do next is get our mushrooms searing. Now we're going to do these in some red wine. And again, really, really simple. So we're going to just cut them in half, not even take anything off of them. You see that one thing I don't do is do any blanching or boiling my vegetables at any point, because I actually don't enjoy them that way. I like to know that my vegetables are started from fresh. And a lot of people will tell you that the difference between Italian cooking and French cooking is blanching vegetables versus starting them in a pan and roasting them from there. So we'll get a little oil in the pan, and we'll get this going. There we go. And let's get this. Oh, hey, you can't turn off your flame because then you can't cook with that. All right. So Angela, you're Italian, right?
Correct.
So antipasto is in your blood, isn't it?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. What do you put in your antipasto at home? Do you do different stuff?
Artichokes and a lot of that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So then I'm doing okay so far.
Yes, you're doing well.
Because you're my gauge here. If I go off course, you're going to help me out. All right? We don't want that to happen. All right, what we're going to do with our grape tomatoes, we're actually going to leave them just the way they are. And then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of sea salt or kosher salt. And we're going to put it on that. That's from my Aunt Oppie. She used to do that for us. She used to give us little grape tomatoes with salt and a little bit of vodka, but we won't tell anyone. But you could dip it with water for the kids. And you dip it in the water or the vodka and then in the sea salt. And then pop it in your mouth. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Huh.
Yeah, I got that from her. So we'll just let these start cooking down. We'll kind of give it the same flavor profile that we're working with everything else, a little salt and that. In this case, we're going to just do some fresh garlic because that'll cook down. And then we're going to give it a bunch of red wine and let that cooking. So we got everything that we needed cooking to cook off right in our first segment. We're going to come back, we're going to marinate some artichokes. We're going to get the peaches working because that's going to be dessert really easy. And then we'll start getting our breadsticks, all that together. And within no time, we're going to put together a beautiful antipasto with my good friends here and their help. And they'll do all the really hard work, and I'll just leave, and they'll take over the show from some. Okay, maybe not.
He's dreaming.
I was trying to get out early. Well, but until we do that, we'll finish the mushrooms, get all that stuff. Well, I think we're all set. We're doing pretty well. And we'll see you in a culinary minute. Hey everybody, we're back. I'm cooking up some mushrooms over here. I'm with Martha and Angie, and I just put my peppers back on a little bit because I wanted to get them just a little bit browner. And I have some water, so we're going to let them steam with the water and the heat from the peppers. And then you're going to start peeling those soon. And just to give you a little breakdown of what we've done already, I've been basically searing off some mushrooms, which now I'm going to give some red wine to. And we're going to let that braise down. We're going to braise those mushrooms down with a little Chianti. And there'll be these almost like marinated braised mushrooms together. We have some great olives right there that are cooking away with some roasted garlic, some fresh basil, and salt and pepper and spice. And in our oven, we're working on some string beans or green beans, and we're working on some zucchini. So this is all part of our amazing plan here to create the ultimate, and I mean ultimate, antipasto. So we need to get bread for antipasto. I have some nice sourdough bread here, and just with a little drizzle of olive oil, we're going to get these in the oven and let them bake because we want some nice olive oil bread, and we're going to season them too. So you could put some garlic oil if you like on top, whatever you like, as long as it has some flavor to it. Just get them in like that, nice and yummy and fast and easy. A little salt and pepper. Don't be afraid to season your bread. Just because it was just that way when it came to you doesn't mean you can't do something to it to make it even more fun. And there was something else I wanted to put on there. Was there? Maybe? No? A little bit more Ariosto. There we go. All right, let's get that in the oven too. Again, one oven. We're going to make enough here for a lot of people, so it's going to work out just great. All right. Now let's talk about items on our antipasto that we're going to do cold. So what we're going to have you do, pepper's still working. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this nice piece of bread out. And it could be whatever type of bread you like. We're going to start layering our antipasto together. And you ladies are going to give me a good hand with this, all right?
All right.
First things first, we're going to give some height in the middle with some greens. What I need from you, Angie, I need you to wrap some prosciutto around breadsticks.
Okay.
You good with that? You know what to do?
I will try. No.
All right.
No, I've never done that.
You never?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what to do. You're better at this than I am. Prosciutto di Parma is the prosciutto I use. It's prosciutto from Italy. And this prosciutto has some amazing flavors to it. It's not quite as salty as the one you find here in the United States. It's great. It has a lot of fat to it, which is all about flavor. Fat and flavor go together very well. Okay, our mushrooms are braising down.
Where do I put these?
Just lay them however you like up against here. You're going to design this for me.
Okay.
All right? All right, what I need to do, get started on. So we're going to find a spot to put these on there. Because we're
Right
going to
now?
do that, we could just do them loose like that, or we could do it any way you like. So you're in charge of that. While that's working, I'm going to flip back here. Make sure you get a good picture of the ladies doing all my work for me.
I'm just.
They're doing a great job over there. We're going to start getting ready our sauce for our peaches. We're going to do a red wine honey reduction. We're going to let that reduce down. So we're just going to get this pan nice and hot. We'll get some of that Chianti wine. We're all using the same thing. We're going to then add some cinnamon and sugar and honey. Whew. This is too good. And then we'll get our peaches going too. And then we need one more pan for that. And this is the pan I want for that. These are made in Switzerland. They're called Swiss diamond pans. They're phenomenal pans for everything you need to use. I actually don't even need to use a lot of oil or high heat on them. They're phenomenal. So basically what I'm going to do is going to caramelize our peaches just a little bit. All right, well that's going to be good enough. Heck, we'll do one more in there. And I'm just kind of cutting around. Now, sometimes if you cut through the pit, that one's not as good as I wanted it to be. So you get rid of some too, even on this show. My buyers, we got to work on that. Anyway, so we'll just cut the rest of this pit right out of here. And how we doing, ladies? Ooh,
That's coming.
you know I got a lot of other food to put on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna have to get another pan just for the other stuff. All right. Now, by caramelizing the peaches, I don't want to put any oils in here. And if you do use an oil for a fruit,
Just
when you're
stack 'em
grilling
up,
it or you're searing it, go with like a grapeseed oil or a really light oil. Olive oils can sometimes be a little bit heavy for something like this. We're going to just take a little bit of sugar, and that's going to also extract, the sugar is going to help extract some of that, the juices from the peaches. And then we're going to put them face down to start, right here. Make sure this is on high. Get our peaches going with a little mascarpone. This is the time of the year where I'm starting to see peaches a lot out. So when you find them, this is a great thing to do with them instead of just eating them fresh. Now these peaches, when they came into me, They're actually not super ripe, but that's okay because we're going to help them ripen along by just cooking them down just a little bit. Our sauce right here, we're going to add a little bit of red wine. A lot of stuff going on. Everybody paying attention? How you guys doing out there? You're paying attention? I could do two things at once. Can you believe it? A little more red wine in our mushrooms. I have trouble walking and chewing gum.
You're doing great.
How are we
Yeah,
doing?
very well.
Oh, thank you.
They're coming.
That's what's great about cooking live, you know? If I'm not doing great, we'll find out. All right. We have artichokes. Here's another item that you're going to need to put on there. These are artichokes, a little more roasted garlic,
Pretty.
little salt and pepper in there, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Again, just season them up just a little bit.
That side.
And I'm going to give these to Martha. Martha, we need a spot for our artichokes.
Okay.
Now, placement of everything is very important because you got to remember, I got a bunch of things left.
Got
I
a
got
lot of
roasted
stuff.
peppers, I got fresh mozzarella, we have pecorino romano cheese,
I know.
we have the zucchini, and we have the green beans, right? And the mushrooms and the olives. Just a couple of items in the show. Are you writing this down? Because I forgot everything I just did. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut some fresh mozzarella, homemade mozzarella, which you need to. The audience is getting excited right now. I'm going to cut some fresh mozzarella. Martha and Angie are going to put together my artichokes and my tomatoes and my prosciutto. Great job. It's doing a wonderful job.
You may hire us.
There you go.
I have peaches cooking. I have my wonderful red wine mushrooms. These are going to be phenomenal. And I have my olives cooking. A couple things in the oven. And we need to take a quick little break, but we'll be right back. Don't go away. Hey everybody, welcome back, and we're not stopping. We're just going to keep cooking straight through. Ladies are enjoying your tasting already, huh?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Delicious.
Never, ever, ever just cook.
No.
No.
That's not what it's about, right? All right, so here's the thing we need to do. We got some mushrooms cooking. Let's take a look at our stove, recap. We got some mushrooms cooking, olives. We're going to make a nice sauce right here. We got peaches that are going to get some crumble and mascarpone in there in a second. Check these out. Ready?
Ooh.
String beans, roasted string beans, garlic oil, and a little pepper. I'm going to put those on top too, right? So we got all that going. We got our bread that's almost finished. A good kick of the stove, and we're all set. So mozzarella needs to get on, which we'll do in a second. Let me get into our peaches. It's a really cool thing. I'm going to take them right in the pan that they're in. I'm going to take some mascarpone. And I need two of these. It's always better to be a little prepared, huh? Here we go. All right, we're going to take a little mascarpone in each peach. We're going to let that bake in there until we're ready to rock. Let's get it all in there. Come on, baby. All right. Have you ever had baked peaches before, ladies?
No.
Poached.
No?
have
Poached.
had.
Head poached.
Something about, was that?
Poached.
Poached you had.
Poached, right. Something about cooked fruit that's really phenomenal sometimes. It just, especially if they're not super ripe. I do the same thing with tomatoes, where I grill my tomatoes sometimes, and they really just come out so ripe and delicious. And then mascarpone is just a wonderful addition to what you're making, no matter what it is. And then the sauce is going to be incredible. Come back. I think we made enough for everybody watching, don't you?
I think so.
All right, let's get those in the oven. And pretty much just let that kind of melt for us, right? All right, since that oven was working really strong for us, ooh, we got to get a little more wine in there. Since that oven was working strong for us already, we are going to kind of shut it off and let it kind of finish by itself. Put a little bit of honey to the wine. I've shut off the reduction here. A little cinnamon and a little bit of sugar. And we'll just mix that up. And that's going to create a nice little glaze to go with our peaches. We don't need a lot because we got a lot of sweetness going on. But we just need a little bit to give it some color contrast and some fun. All right? Olives. Let's get some olives on your plate. Where can we put them, ladies?
All over.
Right there?
There,
There,
sure.
a little bit everywhere.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Wait till you try these. You're going to love these.
Looks wonderful.
All right. So once you're pretty much done with all the hot stuff, you can even do this the day before. Just pull it out and do a kind of room temperature.
Pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But talk about, depending how many people you have over, you don't need any food after this. This is all you need.
No, and
How
the
many
bread.
times?
It's your meal.
Yeah, some good bread and you're good to go. All right. Get some on this one. Just braised in red wine. That's it. Red wine, a little garlic. These are my favorite, though.
And the green beans.
And if you don't like green beans, this is the time to like them, is when we roast them all in here. Again,
How can you
nice and
not like
simple, a little bit of crunchiness, right? All right. And some zucchini. Just put a couple of those here and there. Zucchini and squash. So when am I coming over to your house to get fed like this? Sure?
Tomorrow night is
Tomorrow
fine.
night?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night's good. Tonight's not good. It's golf night.
Golf night.
Oh, is
night,
it?
not yet.
Okay.
Tuesday night's no
Well
dinner.
then you're all set. You have this.
So
you
we
don't
have
have to
this.
worry.
We don't have to have dinner.
We're gonna
I can
cut.
go to the neighbors.
There you go. We're gonna cut a little pecorino romano. You could do any type of cheese, but just make it Italian. You get some nice cheeses to go across, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this has a nice little bite. Pecorino Romano is a sheep's milk cheese, little saltiness to it. Oh man, this looks good. Oh, we almost
that.
forgot about our
Oh,
peppers.
the peppers.
Peppers. Can't forget
my
the peppers.
All right, well, we're gonna do our
Two more
peppers.
tomatoes to top
Yeah, two
this
more
off.
tomatoes. Well, what I'm gonna do is have you kind of work on these. You know how to peel a pepper?
No.
No,
All right,
not this way.
What you're gonna do is she's gonna pop open the pepper. It's gonna be a little bit hot, so be careful. When I get that top off. When you get the top off, you'll be able to peel part of the skin away. Right? Now use some of the water. You're going to give her some of your water and just kind of flake it apart. You don't have to get all the skin off, but you'll see how some of it comes off.
Okay.
And just clean that off right there. You want to keep some of the char marks on it because you want the char to give some flavor.
Yeah.
But you want to take off some of it so that way you don't have as much skin. Now, I would chop that up and just eat it with the skin because it's phenomenal. But you can do just about anything to it. All right. So where were we? We got peppers going. The ladies
We're
are having
into
fun
it.
with that.
Rip it. Do you want us to rip the pepper?
Rip,
want us-
rip the
what do we
pepper
do?
up.
Rip
Yeah, sure. Rip it up. Have fun. Use your hands. This is where the kids come involved, If you have kids, this is a good time to get them involved, ripping up the peppers. If they like that, we're going to run out of room here. We've got a couple of pieces of
wow,
mozzarella
wow.
on either side. Oh,
Just let's
I'm
place
not going to
it.
even wait till the show's over. All right. Then finally, last thing we want to do, want to get those peaches showing. We got a little platter right here. And let's go check those peaches out. The mascarpone is kind of melted and almost broken apart on there. It's going to have some great flavors on that. And the peaches are nice and soft now. The cheese is kind of like broken on it. It's absolutely wonderful. How are we doing with those peppers, ladies?
Oh, the peppers
coming.
are coming
Coming
great.
along? Beautiful. I'm
they're
so glad
good.
I got you to do it. That's my worst.
Oh, this is
My
the
least
best
favorite
job.
thing to
Messy,
do.
the messy job.
Best job.
And you have some nice bread that's getting nice and crispy in here. Ta-da! Don't want to miss anything. Everybody having fun watching? There you go, there you go. There you go. Let's see if we can make this all happen. We'll get the breads out,
Oh, look at
kind of
this.
crisp that up.
A masterpiece.
Oh, wow.
Let's use this kind of right here. We'll get some of this out of the way. And you know what? If you're smart, you have someone that cleans up after you, because that's the most fun of a day
That's
like
key.
this. Yeah. And then watch. Well, you know what? Let me finish one thing. I'll finish the sauce. They'll finish the peppers, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're just gonna, wow, ladies, you did a wonderful job.
Thank
Thank you.
That's phenomenal. There's our antipasto. Here's our bread. Now we're gonna finish with the peaches. I threw some more cinnamon onto our peaches. Here's the key right here, right? I got these biscotti, these cantuccini. You ever have those? Well,
Break 'em
we're gonna
up.
just. Is that loud enough, guys, for you? There you go. We're gonna just crumble up some of that right on top of it, right? Just a nice hard crumble. So you get that cookie crunchiness, the cheesiness, the yada yada funness. There we go. And then we're gonna get our last thing, which was that sauce I talked
yeah.
about, right? It's a little hotter than I imagined right there. We're gonna drizzle that over the top of
yum.
this. And this is just a honey cinnamon reduction with red wine and a little bit of sugar. And the simplest preparation possible as far as doing just peaches, roasting off your peaches or searing them with our antipasto. Start digging in, ladies, because if you don't, I'm going to. And
Oh, yeah.
It'll just make the,
Oh,
the show
my.
will be all over there. So that's about it.
Mushroom.
Works well?
Yes.
Ready to do this at home?
Yes.
Pretty easy. You get a little help, get some family together in the kitchen, have them all do a little segment of the cooking and have some fun with it. And that's just how easy it is. It's summertime. We're having a great time. We're doing peaches. We're doing antipasto. And until our next culinary journey, I'm Luca Paris. I hope you enjoyed the experience. Take care.
Very good.
Very good.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
That was it.
These,
More-
these mushrooms
These mushrooms are
are
outstanding.
delicious.
Are they good?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.